Are you serving your country but feeling financially stressed? Let's cash in. What if I told you that the solution isn't working harder or spending less, but simply using benefits you've already qualified for? Many service members struggle financially not just because their pay is too low, but because they're overlooking thousands in annual savings through military-specific benefits. Today, I'm sharing the 5 most impactful and overlooked benefits that could free up hundreds in your monthly budget without cutting a single expense that you enjoy. What if I told you the credit card in your wallet is costing you thousands more than your civilian friends? It's not just because you're spending more, it's because you're paying interest rates you don't have to pay. As service members, we often carry the same financial products as civilians, but fail to utilize the special protections designed specifically for us. The average military family is currently carrying about $8,600 in credit card debt. At the standard interest rate of around 18%, that's costing you approximately $1,500 per year just in interest payments. That's money that's not building your future, not contributing to your retirement, and not helping you enjoy your life. It's simply disappearing into the profits of credit card companies. Here's where things get interesting. Under the Service Members Civil Relief Act, or SCRA, you are entitled to have your interest rates capped at 6% on any debt you incurred before entering military service. At that rate, the same $8,600 balance, you would only generate $516 in annual interest, saving you over $1,000 every year without changing a single spending habit. The most shocking part? According to the recent military financial surveys, about 68% of eligible service members never apply for this interest rate reduction. That's right, over 2/3 of us are voluntarily paying thousands extra each year when we don't have to. It's like getting a partial pay cut and not even realizing it. The process to claim this benefit isn't complicated. You simply need to send your lender a written request for the interest rate reduction along with a copy of your military orders. Many major credit card companies and banks have dedicated military service departments that handle these requests routinely. Some even have online portals specifically for SCRA benefits. The SCRA doesn't just protect you with interest rate caps, it also prevents creditors from getting default judgments against you while you're on active duty, giving you breathing room during deployments. It provides housing protections too, limiting a landlord's ability to evict you and allowing you to terminate residential leases early when you receive PCS orders or deploy for at least 90 days. Each of these protections represents real money saved. Think about it in a 15-minute phone call to each of your credit card companies and how that could save immediately $1,000 annually in your budget. That's like giving yourself a monthly raise without working an extra hour or cutting back on anything that you enjoy. Your military ID is actually a key that unlocks thousands in potential savings that most service members never fully access. Between your BAH, retail discounts, and TRICARE benefits, you're walking past opportunities to keep an extra $583 in your pocket every month. The question is, are you collecting what's already yours? Let's start with housing. The basic allowance for housing rates just increased by an average of 5.4% as of January 1st, 2025. That's additional money in your pocket that many service members aren't maximizing. Here's a strategy that works for thousands of military families. Live slightly below your BAH allowance and bank the difference. By choosing housing that costs $300 less than your maximum allowance each month, you can accumulate over $3,600 annually without feeling any lifestyle pinch. This isn't about downgrading your living situation, it's about making strategic choices that build your savings automatically. Next, let's talk about those military discounts you might be overlooking. Our research shows that while most retailers offer between 10 and 20% off for service members, the average military family only uses these discounts at 3 or 4 stores. This means that you're likely missing out on $500 to $1,200 in annual savings. Think beyond the obvious places like Home Depot with their 10% discount, Apple offers 10% off, Under Armour gives 20% off, and dozens of other retailers have similar programs. Creating a systematic approach to using these discounts for purchases that you're already going to make can free up hundreds of dollars annually. The third benefit that's likely costing you money is healthcare. TRICARE provides comprehensive coverage that civilian families would pay thousands for. The preventative services alone save the average family approximately $2,400 annually compared to civilian healthcare costs. Yet many service members don't take full advantage of these services effectively, leaving money on the table. Regular checkups, vaccinations, and preventative screenings are all covered benefits that keep both your family and your finances healthier in the long run. When you start to add up these three benefits, optimized housing allowances, comprehensive discount utilization, and full TRICARE advantages, the average E4 with dependents can free up over $7,000 annually. That's not loose change. It's serious money that can eliminate debt, build emergency savings, or fuel your investment accounts. What makes these savings so powerful is that they don't require budget cuts or lifestyle sacrifices. You're entitled to these benefits already, and all that's required is in some intentionality capturing the full value of these benefits. By developing systems to maximize each benefit, you're essentially giving yourself a significant pay raise without working an extra hour. Beyond these systems for maximizing everyday benefits lies perhaps the most powerful military advantage of all, one that silently compounds over your career while nearly half of service members leave it untapped. The Department of Defense is literally trying to hand you $2,100 in free money every year, and roughly 40% of military personnel are effectively saying, no thanks, by not contributing enough to their thrift savings plan. Let's talk about the TSP, the military's version of a 401k retirement plan that comes with advantages civilian employers simply can't match. After your initial service period, the DoD will automatically match your contributions up to 5% of your base pay. That matching money isn't just a nice bonus, it's compensation you've earned that's going unclaimed when you don't contribute enough. Think about what happens to that $2,100 annual match over time. Thanks to compounding growth, if you invested just the government's matching contribution over a 20-year military career, you'd accumulate more than $87,000 in retirement funds that you never had to save yourself. Extend that timeline to 30 years and we're talking about $166,000 in free retirement money. This illustrates why financial experts call compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. But the TSP advantage goes beyond matching contributions. The plan's expense ratios sit at a minuscule 0.042%. That's not even a tenth of what civilian 401k plans typically charge. While civilian workers might pay between 0.5% to 1% in administrative and investment fees, your TSP keeps those costs extraordinarily low. This fee difference might seem small, but over decades, it preserves thousands more dollars in your retirement account rather than losing them to fees. The tax advantages create another layer of wealth building power. For an E5 contributing $500 monthly to a traditional TSP, you're reducing your taxable income by $6,000 annually. This translates to approximately $1,500 in tax savings every year. Money that stays in your pocket today while your retirement investments grow tax deferred. What happens when you combine all of these advantages, matching contributions, rock bottom fees, and tax benefits, and compound growth over a full military career? The math becomes staggering. Service members who maximize their TSP from early in their careers can build retirement portfolios worth over $1 million more than their peers who neglect this benefit. This single financial tool could mean the difference between a retirement of financial stress or one of financial freedom. So let's wrap up this segment. The 5 military benefits we've explored today aren't optional extras. They're essential tools that can dramatically reshape your financial future. Consistently emphasizing not taking advantage of these military benefits is literally leaving money on the table. That could be fueling your financial stability and growth. The power lies in your hands now. Just choosing one of these benefits, perhaps the one with the most immediate impact on your finances, and implementing it this week. Then next week, add another. Within a month, you'll have activated the full suite of financial advantages. Remember that these benefits represent compensation that you've already earned through your service and sacrifice. They're not just perks or bonuses, they're yours by right. When you maximize these benefits, you're not just saving money, you're claiming what's rightfully yours and building the financial foundation that you deserve.
The RINO Invest and Cash In with Cassian YouTube channels are hosted by Cassian Nuñez. Cassian Nuñez is a financial planner with RINO INVEST Wealth Management. RINO INVEST Wealth Management is a registered investment advisory firm regulated by the Securities Division of the state of Georgia in accordance and compliance with the securities laws and regulations. RINO INVEST Wealth Management does not render or offer to render personalized investment or tax advice through the RINO Invest and Cash In with Cash In YouTube channels. The information provided is for informational purposes only, may not be suitable for all investors, and does not constitute financial, tax, investment, or legal advice. All investments involve a degree of risk, including the risk of loss.